A term is ambiguous if a reasonable person can understand its meaning in more than one way. In Stone Container Corporation versus Hartford Steam Boiler Inspection and Insurance Company, we explore what happens if a term in an insurance policy is ambiguous. Stone Container Corporation manufactured pulp. It placed wood chips and chemicals into large steel containers called pulp digesters. The pulp digesters were then sealed and subjected to heat and pressure from steam that was piped into the tank. One of the pulp digesters ruptured due to a weak spot in its shell. The blast blew a 28-ton object into the air. It landed over 200 feet away. Several people were killed, and Stone's plant sustained serious damage. Stone incurred over $80 million in losses as a result of the incident. Stone had an all-risks insurance policy from Lloyd's that covered the explosion. Stone also had a boiler and machinery insurance policy from Hartford Steam Boiler Inspection and Insurance. The Hartford policy covered a broad range of machinery in Stone's plant. However, it contained an explosion exclusion. It also contained an exception to the explosion exclusion. Specifically, the policy provided that the explosion exclusion didn't apply to the explosion of an object of a kind identified therein, including steam boilers and steam piping. The exception didn't specifically identify pulp digesters as one of the enumerated objects. Although Lloyd's admitted that its all-risks policy covered the incident, it contended that Hartford's policy was primary. After Hartford denied coverage, Stone filed suit against it in federal district court. The district court found that the explosion was covered by Hartford's policy and granted summary judgment in Stone's favor. Although the court held that the incident qualified as an explosion, it found that the policy was ambiguous as to whether a pulp digester fell within the explosion exclusion exception. In accordance with Illinois law, which governed in this diversity action, the court resolved that ambiguity in favor of the insured. The district court didn't allow Hartford to introduce any evidence to clarify the ambiguity. Hartford appealed to the Seventh Circuit.